Good morning. It's just begun to rain here, like really heavy. It's day two of authentic. So this morning, as I was walking the dogs, I could feel that I was feeling really anxious about being authentic. Because being authentic, it feels like you're authentic or you're not, or I'm living a life of authenticity or I'm not. And it just felt like such a hard edge in my own head. And then I remembered the beginning of integrity. We didn't say, I have integrity, we said towards integrity. And so then I started remembering glimmers from last year, this time last year. And so it's for me in my own head, it's almost impossible for me to say I have lived a day of integrity. Oh, yeah, of authenticity. It feels like I comply and I adapt and I change continuously during my day and I survive many different things in my day. But I can have moments of being authentic. I can have glimmers where I'm like, this moment is a moment. It's a moment of coherency, a moment of stillness, a moment of connectivity, a moment of alignment. So I'm going to look for glimmers of being authentic. It's too much to think that I will be all authentic all the time. For me, in my head, that doesn't work. So we're going to continue. I'm going to keep using that yoga pants. It was just so wonderful yesterday. I like the stretch on it. I have a chair. I'm going to light my candle, and we're here set to go. I love the deep thinking and the dwelling that I do as a result of this. And only 20 days to the solstice. So come. There you go. So come lie down. Land in on the floor. Arrive. Settle. And just feel this moment in your body. Moments, glimmers, like flashes of glimmers, So drop your knees down to one side, come back to center, and then drop your knees down to the other and come back to center. It's a bit like that thing I was talking about yesterday at the end of the meditation. Those of you who didn't stay, I was talking about this idea that to keep rocking your knees from side to side. That if I ask you to orient towards that which is pink in the room around you, you'll find things that are pink, and it's amazing. Your eyes will notice them. You'll pick them out. And then if I say find the orange things in the room, orange things is different. It's a different orientation, different focus, different filter. And so if I ask you to find all that is well in your life or the glimmers of authenticity, you start to notice them more and more. So just find specks, those stars in the night sky of moments of coherence in your life. Nice. Come all the way back to center. Arms are long beside you. Out to the side at a T, and then draw your right knee up towards your left shoulder. And then change. Draw your left knee up towards your right shoulder. And just begin to travel from side to side. So wonderful. I got texts from loads of people yesterday. England, Japan, America, Austria, Athenry. It's just wonderful. Thanks. Thanks for the texts. As you rock from side to side with your knees into gliders, just feel into your body. Can you notice the difference between rising with your knee up towards your shoulder and the falling away from your knee, and then the sensation of rising of your knee? And how is the falling away of your knee different than rising? Interesting. The rising, it feels like I'm more wary of the rising because there is a limit to the rising. I have to pay attention. Whereas because the falling away is known to me and it's returned to neutral, I don't pay as much attention. So interesting. So just as you rock your knees from side to side into gliders, notice the difference between the rising and the falling leg. And can you give both equal amount of attention or equal amount of presence? Nice. All the way back to center. Arms long beside you. And then roll up and down along your spine. And again, what is the difference between the rising and the falling? What's the sensation difference or the nervous system difference? The textures and tones of what is rising and then what is falling. It's quite a wave because the rising, there's an intensity to the top of the sensation, whereas there's a neutrality to the absolute drop in sensation. So it's like it's a wave of sensation that gets stronger and then recedes and drops back. So it's a bit like the sea, the waves in the ocean. Notice how it is for you. Nice, cool. So walk your shoulders away from your hips. Draw your right knee up into 90. So right knee is up, so it's directly over your hip. And then your right calf is parallel to the floor. Reach both arms up, straight up towards the ceiling. Just pause there for a moment. You're going to widen and really connect your back to the floor. Have that imprinting of your back into the floor. Breathe into the back of your body, get even steadier, and then lift your left foot 1 centimeter off the floor, and then let your left foot land completely on the floor. So feel the difference between leg lifted, just floating, and then foot landed. And again, feel the wave of it. Slow it down so that it has a longer, what would that be? A longer wave of sensation. So foot rises and then foot drops. Nice. Foot rises. Feel the intensity that starts to build in the abdominal area. Foot drops. Nice. This time, let your left knee come all the way up towards your chest. And then let your left toes touch the floor. So feel the difference between knee coming towards your chest and then toes coming towards the floor. Knee towards your chest, and then maybe heel on the floor. Knee towards your chest, maybe lengthen your leg out long. So if you feel like leg going out long is too strong, then keep just that your toe touches the floor or your knee touches the floor. So decide. Feel the difference between leg lengthening and knee coming up towards you. One more time. Nice. Both feet to the floor, interlock your fingers into thunder fists. Drop both knees down to the right and back to center. Both knees down to the left. And keep your hands center as you do this. Knees to the right, center, and knees to the left, center. Knees to the right, and then knees to the left. Nice. Keeping your feet center and your knees center. Drop your arms down so your right arm lies flat along the floor. You have to roll up onto your shoulder. Come back to center. Don't let your knees move. And then roll down on the other side. Left arm long to the floor. Back to center. Right arm long to the floor. Knees stay center. And left arm long to the floor. Cool. So keep your arms up towards the ceiling, disengage your fingers, and then draw your left knee up so that your left leg is at 90. I'm going to walk my shoulders away from my hips and just really imprint into the floor with my back, with my waist, with the deep of my spine. And then let my right toes float just 1 centimeter off the floor. Bring my right foot to the floor and relax. Notice the difference, foot floating. Where do you feel it? I feel it in my abdominal muscles, in my shoulders, in my neck. And then foot to the floor. Again, foot floats. And then foot to the floor. Nice. Draw your right knee up towards your chest. And then right toes to the floor. The right knee up towards your chest. Right heel to the floor. Maybe you lengthen your leg long. Maybe that's already strong enough. Really feeling, sensing, knee up. What's the sensation? Leg long. What's the sensation? Knee up. Sensation. Leg long. One last time. Knee up. Leg long. Super duper. Both feet to the floor. Interlock your fingers. Keep your hands steady in the middle. Drop your knees to the right. Drop your knees to the left. So because we're not using our shoulders to stabilize, our arms to stabilize, our obliques, the side of our waist needs to work harder than usual. So feel that. There's something through the sides of your waist that has to squeeze and connect as we move here. Nice. Keep your feet center, your knees center. You can drop your knees towards each other so they touch. Left arm long to the floor. Center. Right arm long to the floor. Center. Left arm. Center. Right arm. Nice. Center. Cool. So grab your whatever it is that you're using. Me, I'm using my yoga pants, as you know. Lasso your right foot. And then lengthen your right leg up towards the ceiling. My belt is around the ball of my right foot. And I'm going to lean my heel upwards. And I'm leaning into the back of my thigh, the back of my knee. I'm going to walk my shoulders away from my ears. No, I'll go shoulders away from my hips. Draw my shoulders away from my ears and down. Back of my neck is long. Pause. So we're going to do a micro bend. So slightly bend your knee, just a small bend, and then lean into your leg, lean into the elastic of your leg. Bend your knee and then lengthen. Bend your knee and lengthen. Nice. Hold on to your, I'm going to call it a belt. Hold on to your belt, whatever it is that you're using, with only your right hand, and open your right leg out towards the right. And then come back up to center. My left hand is resting on my left hip. It gives me stability. Open towards the right. And then back up to center. Last one, open towards the right. And then back up to center. Nice. Hold on to the belt with your left hand. And so I'm not twisting as I do this. So my left leg is staying where it is. And I'm just crossing. I'm adducting my leg across, and then I'm coming back up to center. I'm adducting my leg across. For me, there's so much intensity that emerges with that. Back to center. And then to the left. Pause. Wiggle your toes. Move your foot. Bend your knee. Feel that there's movement possibility here. Don't get stuck in the intensity of it. Nice. Other side. So, right foot to the floor. Lasso your left foot. Belt is around the ball of your left foot. Holding on with two hands. Pause. Lean into the heel up towards the ceiling, lean into the back of your leg, and just have a sense of this moment through your legs. Micro bend, so bend your knee a little bit, and then lengthen into your leg. Bend your knee a little bit, and then lengthen. Bend your knee. Lengthen. One more time. Bend your knee. Lengthen. Nice. Bring the belt to your left hand. Open your leg out towards the left. And then come back up to center. Left leg to the left. Back up to center. Left leg to the left. Back up to center. Keeping your right leg where it is, just cross your left thigh across. Come back up to center. Across. Center. Across. Center. Next time we go across, we're going to pause. So traveling across, it's like I've adducted. And then wiggle your toes, roll your foot, move your foot. Bend your knee a little bit. Have a sense that you can move while you're over there. As soon as I move my foot, everything changes. It's quite amazing. Nice. Come back to center. Lasso both feet, both legs up towards the ceiling. Have your big toes maybe 1 centimeter apart. Pull on your belt and lengthen into both legs and pause. Find your breath. Notice your posture through your spine, through your shoulders. Notice the amount of effort that you're doing. Soften any effort. And then just rock gently from side to side. It's a bit tricky to keep your balance. So make the movement small. Because just there, when I made it bigger, I fell over. Because your elbows aren't being used, you have to use your abdominal muscles to keep you upright. Whereas usually if our legs are up, our arms might be on the floor and our elbows would be stabilizing us. Whereas here, all we have is our torso to stabilize us. Just notice how that is. Keep your legs up. Get rid of your belt. Bring your elbows to the floor. And just notice when you bring your elbows to the floor, notice the amount of effort that goes into your elbows to bring you back up to center. I just feel that. Feel that. Oh, wow. You can have your arms long and out to the sides as you just rock from side to side. Wonderful. Bend your knees. Come up to sit. Legs are out and long in front of you. Bend both knees. Bring both knees into zigzag. So my 2 knees are to the right. Bring your right elbow down to the floor and then reach your left arm long beside your ear. Nice. Sweep all the way up. Bend your right elbow and then reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. Nice. Bend your right elbow. Bring it down to the floor. Sweep your left arm long beside your ear. Left hand, left foot, rising up. Bend your right elbow, reaching up. Reach really strong and up through the right side. Nice, last one. Bend your right elbow down. Sweep your left arm long beside your ear. Left hand, left foot, rising up. Bend your right elbow, reach up and pause. You can look up if you wish or just pause, reaching up with your right hand. Nice. Stretch both legs long, other side. Bend both knees over towards the left. Bring your left elbow down. Sweep your right arm long beside your ear. Right hand, right foot, rising up. Bend your left elbow and then reach it up. Nice. Bend your left elbow, drop it down. Right arm long beside your ear. Right hand, right foot rising up. Bend your left elbow, reaching up. Nice, last one. Left elbow down. Sweep your right arm long beside your ear. Rising up, right hand, right foot. Bend your left elbow, reaching up, maybe looking up. Nice, lowering down. Lengthen both legs long. Twist towards the right. Long and strong through the legs. Even though you can't see your legs, how do you connect down into them? How would you embody into your legs right now? Embody into your feet. And then the side, twist towards the left. Long and strong through your legs, toes are wide. Then come back to center. So those of you who are heading off into your day, have a wonderful day. And those of you who are staying for the 5-minute meditation, amazing. I'm just going to get my chair. So your legs on a chair or on a bed or on a couch or on a table. Kind of a coffee table, not your kitchen table. Block or something underneath your head. And so I'll just explain a little bit more about the block. So see this block here, if I bring up 3 fingers, like dib, 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 those 3 fingers are as thick as my block. And so this is the perfect amount for the back of my head, okay? Sorry. So block down, legs on chair. Find the right distance for it all. And then land. And so find your comfort. So finding whatever way that you do, how do you shimmy around, move your chair, move your feet, arms to the floor. If you want a blanket, have one handy for the future. Don't get one now, it's only 3 minutes, but just begin to gather resources. If you like an eye cushion, have an eye cushion there tomorrow morning. If you like a blanket, have a blanket, a pair of socks. Start to gather resources for the next 20 days that we move together. Just take a few deep breaths down into your belly, landing, arriving. And so feel the weight of your calves resting on the chair. And see if you can allow a little bit more weight to fall into your calves. Notice the bend in your knees and that your knees are directly over your hips and that your thighs are like waterfalls. They're falling down into your hips. Let the deep muscles, bones, connections of your thighs fall down into your belly. And a bit like one of those amazing Tarzan movies out in the jungle, they would have these amazing waterfalls, and at the base of the waterfall, there would be a deep pool of water. So imagine that your belly is a deep pool. And that as your thighs fall and drop down into your belly, that your belly is able to really soften and that the deep container of the pelvis is holding your belly right now. Feel the weight of the pelvis, the weight of your lower back, the contact of your shoulders, the back of your head. And just feel the contact of your elbows wherever they are, and let there be more arm falling into the floor. Let there be more contact with the floor, more weight into the floor. Soften the gesture in your hands so that you're really feeling a gesture of compassion or softening or a gesture of tenderness in your hands. Have a slight smile on your face as you smile and radiate from your face. Have a sense of radiance, a sense of deep softening. There's these amazing neural connections between a slight smile on your face and the vagus nerve, and how your heart and your lungs and your diaphragm feel. So just a slight smile, feeling into your chest, into your face with a slight smile. Wonderful. So stay there. Pause with that slight smile on your face, that sense of the feeling in your chest, that deep pond of your belly, and the waterfall of your thighs. How do you rest in this place? How do you pause? How do you deepen? So nice. So stay there as long as you can. If it's another few minutes, then wonderful. If you do need to go off into your day, then that's also wonderful. Um, so finding glimmers of authenticity, or glimmers of coherence towards authenticity, an authentic expression of you in the world. Um, have a wonderful day. And I'm going to turn on the music now. You can stay and listen to the music while you lie there. Um, Thanks for joining me. Ciao.